Hi guys, welcome back.
Welcome back, guys.
Today we're back with another
Yeah,
Halloween movie.
we're continuing the Halloween reviews with Halloween 3, The Season of the Witch.
Now,
This came out in 1982.
but there's one difference to this film.
Yeah, because I'm sure every Halloween fan knows this. Michael Myers is not in this one.
And it doesn't feature any knife slashing.
No, and this one it also departs from the slasher genre, and it has more like sci-fi elements in it, like elements of science fiction and witchcraft.
And we'll get to what happens in a minute.
Because basically, when John Carpenter had the idea of the Halloween franchise, he actually wanted the franchise to be an anthology series, like where each film in the series would have its own story and its own characters. But the only connection they would have is that they'd all take place on Halloween night.
Yeah.
So like the first two Halloween movies both had Michael Myers, so that was to be a 2-part story.
Yeah.
And after that, he started to make new stories, and this was the new story for. This was to be the first anthology Halloween film, but unfortunately, because this film didn't do very well when it come out, like people hated this film because Michael Myers wasn't in it.
Because Michael Myers is one of the most famous slashers in history.
Yeah, it turns out the fans really loved Michael Myers, so that idea sort of bit the dust. So they brought Michael Myers back in Halloween 4.
Which we'll get to in the next video.
Even though I do love Michael Myers, he's the important part of the franchise, but I actually really do like this movie.
And we'll get to what happens in this film in a minute.
Yeah, this is actually a good one. I mean, I've heard that this film has been... People have shit on this film for a long time. For the wrong reasons. I think it's okay if you don't like the movie, but if you want to criticise it for a good reason, give it a valid criticism, like maybe you don't like the story or anything, because it does have a weird plot line. I can understand you not liking it for that, but saying that it sucks just because Michael Myers isn't in it, that's not a good enough reason. That's exactly what Christian said, and he was right. He really is right. So yeah, so I don't mind that he's not in this one. I really like Tom Atkins. Tom Atkins plays the main character in this film. He's the hero.
Yeah.
And he's great in this movie.
But there's a different villain in this film.
Yeah, the villain in this movie is a guy named Cochrane.
And he does something...
And he's a Irish toy maker.
And he does something really bad.
Yeah, he makes these Halloween masks that have like a chip implanted in them. So when a child wears them on Halloween night whilst watching the commercial for the company that makes the masks, the Silver Shamrock, the Silver Shamrock commercial, these children will be sacrificed.
Yeah. Now, what does that remind you of?
I've no idea. But yeah.
I know what it could remind me of.
What?
That scene from Angel.
Angel.
With the TV scene.
It's not quite like Smile Time, no. This is more serious. But yeah, even though I do like the Michael Myers as well, I mean, I do think it would have been really interesting to see how the franchise would have turned out if the idea of it being an anthology series had been stuck to. Like if they'd stuck with that idea, it would have been interesting to see how that would have worked out. And if they were successful enough, they might have had their own direct sequels. But this is the only one in the franchise that does not feature Michael Myers. But I would definitely recommend this one. It is really good. Most people do reckon that it would have done a lot better if it was just called Season of the Witch and not been promoted as a Halloween sequel. But I really don't see what's terrible about the movie.
No, I don't as well.
The only criticism I've heard about it is the fact that Michael Myers isn't in it, and that's not good. That's not good enough. That's not.
And Dr. Loomis isn't in it as well.
None of the characters from the first two films are in it. None of them, and it's also set in a completely different universe. It's different continuity because in this film there's a scene where Tom Atkins' character is he's drinking at a bar, and there's like a TV in the bar, and the original Halloween film is actually playing on the TV in the bar. So so obviously this film treats the first two films as movies, like as fictional. So you can tell this is a completely different universe. But I really do like this film.
Yeah.
I would recommend it, but it is okay if you don't like it. But just, remember, just criticize it for valid reasons. But saying that it's terrible just because a certain character isn't in it, that's just because he's not in it doesn't make the movie terrible.
No. Myers may be your favourite supervillain, but that doesn't mean that you can hate it.
No, but you don't have to like the movie if you don't want to, though. I mean, it is okay if you don't like it, but yeah, I would recommend it. It is a good movie. So yeah, that's our review on Halloween 3, the season of the witch, and
we'll be back with our fourth one.
Yeah, take care, guys.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Take care.